welcome back to the Loud Pedal Garage YouTube channel. I want to start this video off by taking a second to thank everybody who has reached out and said that they enjoyed the last video and that they're looking forward to more content. I really appreciate that. That's a lot of motivation to keep moving forward. And if you guys have any specific videos, anything on my car that you want to see, just reach out and let me know. So in today's video, I'm just gonna do a recap of how we got to this point with this car, get everybody caught up. I'm gonna run in, make a cup of coffee, and then start going through everything that I've done to this point. Alright, so here's where the story gets started. This is where I found it, in a barn in Wisconsin with a bunch of other junk. A friend of mine went up and got it. It was in the height of COVID, so that was no fun. This was actually the day that I brought it home, got it fired up, which was really rewarding. But it did not run very well. The single carburetor that was on it really was pretty terrible. I'm glad I switched over to dual levers eventually. And here's kind of where the bodywork started. It had had some pretty bad repairs done to it in the past, and the more I dug into it, the more I found. But that's okay. It was a good experience, and it was a lot of fun just kind of cutting into it and making what I wanted. I found these fender flares off of an old race car, I believe on Facebook Marketplace as well. Here's where you can really kind of start seeing the vision come together on these quarter panels, getting the taillight corners filled, and cut the lower bumper assembly off. The front flares kind of attached. This exhaust build was fun. I had planned to do this from the time that I bought the car. I'd been thinking about it. It was a lot of work to complete this 917 inspired exhaust, but I think it was definitely worth it at the end. It looks amazing. It sounds awesome. It's a little bit loud, but I guess that's how we wanted it anyways. Every rally car needs a set of fog lights on the hood. This is about the time that my wife started calling the car Cookie Monster. With no tilt column, these 914s can be a real pain in the butt to get in and out of, and it's going to look like a race car, so I might as well make the steering wheel removable just like a race car. Just took the column apart, machined it all down, put the spline shaft over, and then TIG weld it all up. Put it all back together, be good as new. These taillights were a lot of fun as well. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with them. I wanted a 911R kind of look, but more, I don't know, vintage race car, simple. So some aluminum, did some engine turning. Here is the rain light, the FIA rain light. Did some engine turning on the bezel for it. And then epoxied everything together. How bright these lights are. They're much brighter than the factory lights. They work really well with the Speedway wiring harness, the signals, brake lights, tail lights. It all works real well. By this point, we were getting really close to the Belltown Bash. The kind of end was in sight, and it was real close, so we started putting a lot of long hours in. Just kind of did a little rough body work to it, sanded it all down, got it in primer, and got ready for the next step, which was to make it look like a barn find race car. Things is I let my 14-year-old son paint this car. He did it with a foam roller and tractor paint that I mixed up, we had a lot of fun just out in the garage, messing around, rolling paint on, talking about all the trips we're going to take with this car and how we're going to make it look how we want it to look, and how you really didn't have to worry about messing it up while we were building it or while we're driving it. It's just something that as we drive it, it'll get more patina and it'll look more worn in, and we can just really enjoy for what it is and enjoy the driving experience. There he is. He worked his butt off that week that we got the car painted. He refinished the wheels, made those look really old and beat up. I did all the lettering on the car. Came out, her and my son and I scuffed the car all up, kind of beat it up, and made it look like it had been through a bunch of races and a bunch of wear and tear, and then had been sitting in a barn, and really adds to the character of the car. And then we put a matte clear coat over it to really dull it out and make it look old. I think it turned out really nice. Here is the first drive. My son and I took about a 3-mile drive the day before the Belltown Bash. We got home from the bash, had some loose ends to tie up, interior stuff, switches, carpet, just things to make it a little nicer to drive for a long distance. We got invited to Check It Out Chicago and wanted to drive the car up there and participate in that. So we spent a little bit of time doing that and made it up there, no problems. If you've never been to this event, you should definitely attend. Even if you're not bringing a car up there, it is some of the nicest people in the world. It's extremely well organized, and the cars are top notch. Pretty good progress for 1 year. Oh yeah, and then we got invited to Luftical. I had a small leak on the way back from Chicago. Basically everything leaked. So, toothbrush and some Castrol Super Clean, got everything cleaned back up just so I could oil it back down on the way to Indianapolis because I never could find where it was coming from. But it made it to Indy. No problem at all. My friend Chad and I from the Belltown Speed Shop went. Then the very next morning, Nate and I jumped back in the car, drove back to Indianapolis to the Speedway for the Porsche sports car together, where he got to see his first Singer, which is his favorite car in the whole world, and we had a day that we'll just remember forever. Yeah, and that's Jeff Swart watching his car go around the track with us. And it really doesn't get any better than this. Leaving the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, there's Porsches running around the track, and we're in the Porsche that we built. He didn't make it very far before he passed out. Got home, the car had some new rock chips, some new paint peeling, some more oil stains, lots of bug guts, but it was worth every bit of it. I hope you guys liked that 1-year journey in my 914 project. It's been a lot of fun. I've got a lot more to do on it. I got to get ready for the Ruclos Rally in June, so we're super excited about that. Hopefully you follow along. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Otherwise you won't know when these new videos come out. I'm going to try to get one out every week, but we'll see how that goes. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.